Hey guys, welcome to your fifth tutorial. I hope that you're still tuned watching these tutorials. And we're going to continue by looking at these new keywords. So get ready and let's start. Okay guys, over here you see this word treasure from Smart Mathematician, okay? And if you observe, these are the new keywords that you have to use to create 10 sentences, but those 10 sentences could be with different words, okay? These are the words that you can use. And try to look first on the definition of each sentence, of each word, and then create the sentence. Okay, so you see right here these words. The first word is population, and you see an image, okay? For example, you can write down every year the government makes a survey to know the population from the world, okay, or from the cities or from a specific place. The other word is poverty. Poverty is when people or a community they don't have enough money to acquire something. So you can say in several places that you can see a lot of poverty because they don't have the necessary resources. The other word, you see questionnaire. Questionnaire is like a test, not a test, but it's like a sheet of paper where they make a lot of questions to ask to another person. When an interviewer makes a lot of questions to the interviewee. So you can say this year the census interviewer made me answer a questionnaire, okay? Now you see this other word that is the word advertising. You can write down there's a lot of advertising posters around the streets due to the COVID-19. And now you see this other word that is housing. The word housing, you can use it in a sentence according to what the definition is. And you see this other word, interviewer, okay? Interviewer, a person that makes question to another person. Now let's continue. And the other subject is why citizen. And here you see this other word, treasure. The first word from this word, treasure, is arrested. You can put my friend was arrested because he did not follow the rules, okay? The other word is justice. You can create a sentence like many people want justice because they are right in their opinions, okay? The other word is medal. You can say he won a medal because he was the first one to finish the race. And you see here other words from white citizen is picket line. You can say in New York they made a picket line because they were protesting in the defense of the women's rights, okay? This other word is segregation, okay? And the last word is voting. For example, you can create a sentence about the next year starts the voting for the new president, and something like that. I'm just telling you some ideas of how you can create your sentence. If you have more, perfect, okay? It's about creating scientists. The first one is atom, okay? There are several atoms in a water substance. The other one is chamber, and the last word is firm. For example, a solid ice or an ice cube is firm because the particles won't allow it to move. Okay. The other word that you see right there is also steam. That is the other word, steam. You can also use the word to glow. Okay. For example, I like those t-shirts that glows in the night. Okay. And the last word from Curious Scientist is universe. In the universe, you can see several things. Okay. And now let's do creative artist. The first word from creative artist is boundary. Okay, you can use the word boundary. Later you have this other word dreamlike. Okay, the other word is rational. Okay, on math I had all my exercises and I had a rational grade. Okay, you can also see this other word subconscious. In my subconscious, I have a lot of memories when I was a kid. And the last word from this creative artist topic is unusual. Sometimes I do unusual things because I am happy doing it. Okay. Now I will give you 15 minutes to create these 10 sentences. you did so good doing these sentences. Remember long sentences and check your spelling once you're finished, okay? Check if you put your name, the date, and and underline the word that you use, okay? Underline it with the color, with the highlighter, something that I will find the word that you use, okay? Remember, nice handwriting that I can understand and read it, okay? Now let's continue and let's watch this video related to the importance of the water, okay? Sometimes we forget that the water is the main important resource that our planet has. But remember to avoid the excess consumption of the water, okay? And enjoy this video.
Water, an essential element to life. It touches every aspect of our lives, from public health to safety to the foundation of our economy. We put water to work in a million different ways, but do we even know its true value? We are so used to turning on the faucet and having access to safe water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that rarely do we stop and think about the complex systems and technologies needed to treat and deliver this vital resource. Throughout history, people have always relied on water for survival. It dictated where they lived, where they traveled, and whether or not they survived. Today, we can see remnants of ancient water networks, such as the Roman aqueducts. Huge structures were formed to channel water throughout an empire. Fast forward to the year 1652, and America built its first distribution system. Farmers with wells started selling water to others, and Boston residents were the first to enjoy a centralized water system, something critical to protecting communities from the ever-present threat of fire. But real progress came just before the Civil War, when iron pipes replaced wooden ones. Until the early 1800s, the use of wooden pipes made from bored-out logs was common practice, and some are still in place today. By 1890, there were more than 600 water suppliers in the U.S., but public health problems such as cholera, smallpox, and typhoid plagued cities. In 1908, a major breakthrough occurred in Jersey City, New Jersey, when a disinfectant in the form of chlorine was added to the water. Within a few years, chlorine was being used nationwide and virtually eliminated the spread of waterborne diseases, making it the single most significant public health development of the 20th century. Today, water suppliers use a variety of treatment processes to remove contaminants. Raw water travels from its source to the treatment plant and later into hundreds, even thousands of miles of water pipes before reaching your home or business. In fact, the U.S. water infrastructure is so large that it spans 30 times the size of our interstate highway system. But with that comes a unique set of challenges. Water is not easily transported. It is heavy and cannot be compressed. 1 gallon alone weighs more than 8 pounds, and an enormous amount of electricity is required to help it move within the distribution system, making its transportation costly. Laws such as the Clean Water Act and Safe Drinking Water Act, set forth by the United States Environmental Protection Agency, establish quality standards to help protect public health, safety, and the environment. These quality standards are among the toughest in the world and continue to evolve. So water utility companies are regularly investing in sophisticated and expensive treatment technologies such as UV, membrane, and reverse osmosis to keep us safe and ensure an adequate supply of drinking water. As a result, today our drinking water is safer than it was 20 years ago. Another challenge is that the systems and networks used to bring water to us do not last forever. All infrastructure ages, and the same is true of water's unseen pipes and transport systems. Most of our water infrastructure is from the first half of the 20th century, and it is estimated that within the next 30 years, it will reach the end of its useful lifespan. In order to protect quality, public health, and the reliability of our water services, these aging and failing pipes will need to be replaced. Current estimates indicate that will cost at least $1 trillion over the next 25 years. Water is the only utility that is ingested, and the cleaning and delivery of water is 3 times more capital intensive to provide than any other utility. Yet historically, most consumers pay less for it than gas or electric. A typical American household uses 260 gallons of water every day, making our nation's water footprint among the largest of any country. Currently, most Americans pay less than $3.75 for every 1,000 gallons of safe water delivered, a relative bargain compared to the rest of the world. Because the cost of installing and maintaining water infrastructure is so high, it usually discourages companies from creating duplicate systems and competing. This means in most areas, water service utilities operate as a monopoly. For over 200 years, privately owned and operated water utilities have been providing services to American communities. In fact, 73 million Americans currently receive their water from a private water company. Water systems owned and operated by private water companies deliver 4.6 billion gallons of water to their customers every day. And while it might be easy to think they're simply selling a commodity, the truth is they are providing important services and the infrastructure required for the treatment and delivery of safe and affordable water. Private water utilities are regulated at the state level by Public Utility Commissions, or PUCs, who work with private water utilities to determine rates. In this process, PUCs look at how much is being spent to create, maintain, and operate water systems, as well as the quality and reliability of service. They then establish rates with input from the public, balancing both the interests of the water customers and the private water utilities. This transparency ensures that both the consumers' and utilities' needs are being met. Safe and reliable water service is the lifeblood of our nation, essential to the survival of every individual, family, and business. With millions of miles of pipe, thousands of water treatment plants, and distribution systems that stretch to every corner of our nation, the job of safeguarding water is one that we all must share. As our nation's population continues to grow and increasing pressure is placed on our resources, communities will need the experience of the private water industry more than ever to protect public health, promote environmental stewardship, and deliver sustainable solutions. Their expertise in the development and implementation of technology, alongside the replacement of aging infrastructure, will have a profound impact on people, businesses, and the environment, because wherever there is water, there is a well of opportunity.
Okay guys, this is all for this tutorial. I see you in the next tutorial, okay? Remember that every time that you're going to answer in your learning logbook or answer, do it in a white sheet of paper if you don't have the learning logbook, or recycled paper. If you're working on an old notebook, it's okay, it's perfect. And if you have the learning logbook, better, okay? You just have to write down the answers, okay? Remember that you need to study for dictation.